My story is different from most in this industry because I was driven to help everyday Australians do this correctly. Most Australians get it wrong because of a number of things. Poor research, buy on emotion, buy at the wrong time in the cycle, buy on hype, promised returns, and unfortunately those things people forget to actually do, and that leads them to a lot of mistakes. Make it a business decision. It needs to be a decision based on logic, facts, figures, and education. So I was a successful builder when I started, I still am. Being a builder, I understood the nuts and bolts of it, I suppose. You know, the whole process through land development right through to the final product, handing over to a tenant. And I realised as an investor when I started investing myself that so many people don't understand the process correctly. Most Australians unfortunately don't invest in their future because they believe super, savings or the government will actually do something to help them in retirement, but factually it doesn't work that way. We see through the ABS stats 86% of the people in Australia are going to retire poor on a poverty income of $16,000 or less. It's pretty diabolical for most Australians, and I myself was brought up in a poor family. My parents did it tough in retirement. I saw other families do it tough in retirement, and I wanted to change that because I've been a builder for a long time, but I've also been a successful property investor for a long time. And it wasn't always smooth sailing for me. My first property was quite the opposite because I didn't do all those things I mentioned. I didn't do the research. I didn't do the due diligence. I got sold on overpriced promised returns. I bought at the wrong time at the wrong price. And incidentally, the outcome wasn't what I hoped for. And it took me years to actually realise that capital growth put me in a bit of a hole, like I'd imagine a lot of Australians out there. So I want to give back to everyday Australians and show them how to do this properly. So we've been putting together a system for many years at PPA of how to do that the best way possible. Because you make money up front when you buy, and most people don't realise that. You make money when you buy, and you realise capital growth potential much faster when you get a number of things right. And that's where our processes and systems come into play. It's a proven process that's helped hundreds of clients invest successfully in their future. We're happy to give that process out to clients through seminars or through engaging us through other mediums as part of a giveaway pack that they can go and use themselves if they wish, or they can engage in our construction management services from start to finish to guarantee their success. You've got to work out your end goal before you start and how you're going to get there. You know, you need to have the right inclusions, you need to have the right design criteria that meet tenants today, you need to have the right materials that are going to last, you don't want maintenance issues, so you need to know that it's quality but I'm not overspending. So we go through a series of fundamental questions with them. We go through some data and economics and we look at their situation in detail. We project manage the whole process from start to finish, complete done for you, with the client all the way through. We're like the navigator, the GPS. They're the driver. We're just navigating them to the best option at the best price for the best returns, and we go through a series of logistical questions and factual detail to actually get that outcome. I suppose why they would use us over a competitor, to me, is quite simple. It's our building background, it's experience in building, not only building but investing. So on the ground, we understand right from the start what it takes. And we do a lot of research on the ground, incidentally. We do random building inspections over and above council and over and above the builder or the developer, what they do, just to make sure everything stacks up correctly and is done to meet Australian standards for the client. So you need someone that's highly experienced, highly trained, and knows the steps in the process that you're going to go through in detail to make sure at every point along the way you get looked after properly.